Welcome back to the channel. This week we're back on the Ford unibody, and I've just got one thing done on it after finishing up the C10, but I wanted to show you the changes I made on this week and what I made them with. So what I have here is a two-part 2K paint for wheels, and I got this in metallic gray, and it turned out really good. I want to show you the process and how I done it and what the end result was on putting this on. So here's what I used. Used a gray Scotch-Brite pad, this 3M fine line tape, and some regular masking tape. I taped off the area I wanted gray on the wheel and put the fine line tape around it for a nice fine line, and then taped off of that, and of course papered the tire and the rest of the wheel. Let me show you the before of the wheel, and I'll show you what they actually look like after I got them done. So here's the wheel. It's American Racing. You've probably seen a lot of these wheels around. It's a nice looking wheel, but I just wanted something a little more old school looking on the Ford. So there's before. I got it painted and scuffed, and I'll show you the after. Okay, so here's the after on the wheel. Wheel turned out really slick. Got good gloss to it. That's the back wheels. Here's the front one I was showing you the picture of earlier. You can see I just used fine line tape and take the line around that recess edge of the wheel. Pleased with the results. Some of you may like the polish better, but I kind of like the old school with the gray center, and I think it kind of complements the truck a little better, but everybody has their own preference. We have a local car show tomorrow that I'm going to take the Ford unibody to, so I brought it in today to detail it up. And one thing I'm going to do today to the truck is I'm going to clay bar it with some clay. I don't know whether any of y'all have seen this done or not before, but it's if you got some like overspray or any kind of sap or anything on the truck, this clay bar is actually the greatest thing that you can use on it to clean it off. And I always just use some detailer and a clay bar, and I'll show you how that process works. First, you start with a piece of clay from the clay bar, and try to get you up here a little closer. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there is some roughness in the texture on the paint, and this hopefully will slick it up and make it look a lot better. So we just basically wet the surface with a little detailer, take the clay bar, lay it flat, and go over the surface. Sort of like you're wet sanding for a final time. You can see some of the stuff it's lifting. And once you get an area done, just take a detailer rag and wipe it off. every once in a while you might want to just flip your clay or get a new area of the clay so you're not dragging the old contaminants back across it as bad. This clay I've had for several years. You can actually use it quite a few times. You just got to watch and make sure it don't have any big particles of dirt or grit in it. You don't want to scratch your paint, obviously. Here's some roughness there. I don't know if you could hear it on as I was doing it or not, but there is some areas that are kind of rough. Hear the difference here maybe. Okay, I think you get the general idea of what we're doing there. Each time you make a swipe, you can see the contaminants in the clay that you pick up off of the body itself. Like I say, I always just try to roll the clay and get some fresh clay up there each time, so you're not dragging the contaminants back over. And you can even, every once in a while, have your bucket of water and just rinse off the top edge of the clay. Won't hurt a thing. Right back at it. So I'm going to continue on here and I'll show you the results when we get the truck done. All right, so here's a final look after I've got it clay barred. And after I clay barred it all, I went back over it with just some quick detailer, and that's what we ended up with there. Dressed the tires up on it. So, but if you haven't ever tried clay barring one, especially if the paint's a couple 3 years old on it, and I guarantee you it'll make a difference in the truck. It's you can even take not the best paint job and clay bar it, and it'll make a difference in it. It won't have the roughest texture. If it had a rough texture before, it'll actually help that out a little bit, especially on a base coat, clear coat vehicle. But I think we're ready for the show tomorrow. We'll take it down there and see how we come out. No big deal, win, lose, or draw. It's just fun for me to go to them. So we'll see what happens when we get there. Thanks for watching. I know this week's video has been kind of short, not too much involved, but I did want to show you the wheel paint. I'm really satisfied with, and clay barring on the hood, and the truck on this really made a difference. The hood was kind of a dingy looking white. I think that's a Wimbledon white color, and it was pretty dingy looking, and really brought it out to make it look a lot better. So that's where we are for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments, feel free to place them below. Thanks. Have a good day.